It all started all the way back in 2005.
I thought he was obnoxious. Kill me now.
You need to kill those long heels you were wearing, those boots, kill those first. I have my own personal list of who my ideal woman would be.
I think ATM likes me.
Women, when a guy wants you,
I loved it.
he will make sure that you know that he wants you.
But got you a penny. I can't get messy. I know that I need to ride.
What's up, baddies, and welcome to another episode of the Habibi series.
Where no topic is off the table.
I'm Rima.
And I'm Ahmad.
Today we're going to talk about part 2 on our relationship and how we got here. Fun fact, we actually had a misstep in the middle of our relationship.
A breakup.
We
Just say it's a
we
breakup.
almost broke up for good.
Misstep.
And we're going to go through all the details. We're not going to hold back. We're going to tell you all about the breakup and what happened that got us back together.
Yeah.
Hint, it was Ahmad. If you have not watched part 1 of this series, go ahead and hit this link up here and go watch part 1, because in part 1 we answer our most commonly asked question around whether we're engaged, married.
Are you married?
The whole Islamic marriage ceremony. We go into detail on how to do that, just why we chose to do things that way. Without further ado, I'm gonna let you get into detail about our story.
Okay.
How it started.
Well, it all started all the way back in 2005, where I met Ali, Rima's brother.
This is the true love story, guys, by the way.
That's for another time. Okay, so 2005 I met her brother. We became very close friends, and I'm just gonna fast forward all the way to 2016 when Ali moved to LA for school / for work, and I was living in LA, and we decided to live together. So you have this whole foundation of friendship in college back in Minnesota, and now we picked it up living together in LA in 2016. Now in 2016, Rima and her sister and her mom would come visit Ali in LA. And Rima, back in the day, maybe her head was too big, I don't know, but we just used to clash a lot.
My head wasn't too big. I thought he was this pretty boy actor who thought he was so cute.
She just gave me no time of day.
And
She was the
feel
meanest
when
human
Arab
being on the
guys
planet.
Think they're so pretty and cute, you need to ruin their ego. That was where I was coming from, which was not very nice.
She was just very mean to me. Just plain and simple. I tried to avoid her at all costs because I just didn't want the energy around me. Fast forward to 2019. 2019, Ali fell in love with a girl in Dearborn. Ali decided to move back to Dearborn.
Her name is Malak, bro. Put some respect on her name. They're
I'm
married.
sorry. Okay. Damn.
They're married.
You're right.
I can't wait till they watch this. Some girl in
sorry
Dearborn.
about that. No, I'm saying because I didn't know who the girl was.
So you find out
Ali's in love. He moves back to Dearborn and gets married. I get invited to the wedding early 2020. I show up to the wedding and I'm smiling, taking pictures. However, the best part. However, Ali was so busy with the wedding that he tasked Rima to take care of me.
So basically, Ali, I told Ali, a couple of his best friends, Ahmad included, and Damola, hey Damola and Millie were flying out to basically come to Ali's wedding. Instead of having him stressed with the coordination and making sure they're good and whatever, Ahmad was also staying at our house. So basically, I was like, let me just run point on making sure your friends are good.
Run point, aka my chaperone.
I was his chaperone. So funny. So I remember, I wish I could find the text messages, but I remember rolling my eyes about the fact that I had to basically babysit Ahmad because I thought he was obnoxious. You have to remember, he is an actor, and so what I would see on Instagram was Ahmad with half naked with his shirt off. Hey guys, just woke up. And I was like, ew, I literally can't stand it. I don't even know why I was friends with this guy.
Social media personality.
And really so I literally muted him at one point. I had to stop watching.
My shirt was always off on social media.
I'm like, whatever. I guess I'll be nice to Ahmed because Ali is getting married and I don't want to put that energy out there. Yeah. Plus, I have a heart. He's coming to town. He's staying with us. I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. So he hits me up. I don't know if you remember this. You WhatsApped me when you were in Lebanon. You were trying to act so cool.
I'm always cool, but just want to make sure that my ride is in place. That we have, we're all in sync. We're on the same page because you and I don't really talk that much.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make sure that you're not gonna ditch me.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick me up.
He sends me his flight information. He's like, I'm gonna forward all these messages to you because I don't want to bother Ali. So I'm like, okay, cool. He sends me his flight information. That day, I had a dinner with my best friend Yasmin and one of our other friends who we were going out to eat with. And I'm like, let me just invite Ahmed to this dinner because I'm not about to pick this guy up from the airport and just drop him off at my house. It's awkward for everybody. Khalas, I'll just bring him out with me. Kill me now. is kind of how I felt. So I pick you up from the airport.
You need to kill those long heels you were wearing. Those boots, kill those first before you kill yourself. She was wearing these purple long boots.
They were red, okay?
In my mind, I was like, oh,
they were so ugly. I don't even know what I was doing. My mom picked them, but that's how you know I wasn't interested in him. I wasn't trying to look cute. So my mom picked out these boots for me, and like I thought they were cute at the time. I wore them. Looking back, definitely a questionable decision. But basically, I picked him up from the airport, and we actually had like a pretty good conversation on the ride back. DTW airport, like 25, 30-ish minutes from the restaurant we were going to.
And that was the first time we actually have a real conversation, you know.
Yeah.
That's not
for
full
sure.
of bantering and...
Yeah, like we actually both like let our guard down and had a good conversation about life and like what's new in relationships and whatever. So we pull up to the parking lot and we're like still talking in the car, and then finally, you know, we know our friends are there, so we get down, and the weirdest thing happened because so I have social anxiety, which means especially when I'm in group settings, I'm constantly stressed about making sure everybody's okay. Like, oh my God, I'm bringing Ahmad.
Which is what makes you a great host.
True, but that's why I don't like to do like hang out with people all the time, because I'm constantly in everyone's head. Oh my God, is Ahmad uncomfortable? Oh my God, is this person like him? Oh my God, I want to make sure everybody's good.
Thank you for that.
I remember feeling very stressed because I'm like, this guy's really annoying. I don't think everyone's gonna like. But we get to the restaurant and he doesn't even speak. And like
I'm eating.
The guy that we're friends with is loud and like has a personality, and I'm just thinking him and Ahmad are gonna hit it off, and me and Yasmin are gonna be like chill, right? But Ahmad like spoke maybe 2 words the whole time, and I remember feeling so scared that he was like something happened or someone said something to him that upset him, or he's just I brought this guy and he's so uncomfortable. Come to find out way later that that's just his actual personality off of social media. Like he's actually chill and laid back and not obnoxious. So I'm like, dang, like I think I could actually be friends with this version of him. Like he's cool. So I'll let you continue on.
Yeah. So the social media thing is a switch. Switch it on, switch it off.
Yeah, it was interesting.
You know, it's entertainment. But anyways, so we're having lunch. Some of the best Lebanese food I've had in the U.S. Period in Dearborn. So, you know, we go throughout our day. Thanks for the invite. And then we went to the wedding. It was a great time. And at the wedding, you remember you and I were just like joking around and stuff? I was like, oh, like she could take jokes. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then...
and then you guys. So I totally was trying to like pimp him out that weekend. That ass though. Like,
I was all for it too.
I took like cute pictures and boomerangs of him, and I'm like, hey everyone, Lebanese, in town for the weekend, single, bachelor, DM for inquiries. I was that serious too. Like I was really committed to finding him a wife in Dearborn because I love Dearborn women, and I was just like, let me hook someone up real quick. That's how uninterested I was. Okay. I don't remember, like, I think, was it your sister Nude? You posted me or something?
No, that was after everything. That was after.
So then we go to my brother's wedding, all of that. The next day,
Let me pick it up.
Okay, pick it up. Yeah.
Pick it up the next day. So after the wedding, was it after the wedding? I remember this one towards the end of my trip. It was towards the end of my trip. I remember the last day I woke up.
Yeah, it was the last day of your trip.
Yes, because I asked you to. Yeah. Towards the end of the trip, I wake up in the house in the morning and I'm having coffee with your mom. And I'm sitting here with Auntie Sue having our coffee. She made me a fresh brewed black coffee that I always enjoy with her in the mornings. And I'm sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden I see Rima come down from the stairs, rushing because she's late to the gym, hair flowing and everything. Keep in mind, I love you. You know I love your hair. Yeah. Right? She's walking down. She's like, oh, I'm in a hurry. I have to go. And then all of a sudden something clicked in my head. To me, in my mind, it's like a 10-minute conversation, but it was like a split second in real life. In my mind, I'm saying to myself, hold on a second, bro. Ali married her friend. We're no longer kids. We're actually adults at this point in our lives. Yeah. I think I was 30. I said to myself, we're no longer adults, and Rima is single, and she is, and that's where I went down. I know this is messed up. You don't like when I say this, but I just went down the list.
It was like a checklist.
I went down my list. I have my own personal list.
Which is interesting that guys have lists.
I have my own personal list of who my ideal woman would be. Ideal woman as in somebody that I would hang up the jersey and spend the rest of my life with this woman. I went down through this list and I was like, oh my God.
Jersey.
Don't worry about the jersey. I went down this list and I said, oh my God, Rima, wow. Okay. So then my head just started spinning. I didn't even know how to act. This is where I started flirting. I said, hey, can you take me to the airport? She said, no.
Sorry.
Hey, what up, C's? Come say hi to the
folks. Say hi to the
Hi, guys. We're no topics off the table.
How do you So after that, remember I asked you you're gonna take him to the airport.
So
then I
then,
was
yeah.
trying to be cute and just backfired on you. Remember?
Yeah, what happened?
You said no.
I just was being funny. He didn't have any other ride. Like, no one else was gonna take him. So he's like, hey, yo. And now in retrospect, he's trying to flirt with me. And I just walked by, and I remember your face looked like someone stole his ice cream, and he's like a little kid.
Yeah. And then your mom made a comment.
So, yeah, my mom really
She
tried
made a
to
comment
expose
saying that
me.
she's saying that she's just mean to people that she likes.
I feel like my mom has said that to like 3 other guys before, and I never liked any of them.
I mean, you didn't like me at this point.
At
too.
this point, I didn't like
She was
him.
clueless.
So let me tell you guys about this car ride to the airport. Most awkward thing ever. So I'm driving him to the airport. We're cool. We're talking, bonding. Like, we're cool. At this point in my mind, I'm like, I like him. He's cool, you know? And then we pull up to the Delta terminal, and this man does not get out of my car. Okay?
This is where.
And I got so scared. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, is he gonna like say something?
In my mind, I was debating, should I say something?
And I felt the vibe, you guys.
Should I say something?
Like, you know those awkward movies where it's just like there's so much tension?
Because keep in mind, I have no business in Detroit anymore, in Dearborn. I have
Yeah,
no business. So,
like-
so to me, it's like I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
His first trip to Detroit ever in life. Even though him and Ali were friends, like they lived in LA together, they went to Minnesota together. They don't hang out in Dearborn, so he wasn't gonna come be able to see me unless, you know. So I'm just like nervous that he's gonna say or do something, because at that point I'm not interested like that. So I just like hug him and I'm like, okay, bye. And like he leaves. I basically like kick him out of the car, and then what happens? And then I text everybody. Okay, I text my little sister. I text my cousin Dina. I text my best friends. And I'm like, guys, LMFAO, in like huge letter. I think ATM likes me. And then we're all just cracking up because it's honestly so funny at that point.
Yeah, I remember. And then when I was walking through the airport, I had a video of you on my story.
Yeah.
Of you just smiling and winking at the camera.
Yeah.
And then my sister comments, Shoo, Roturima.
That was my Instagram, Roturima.
Yeah, that was her Instagram, Roturima. And then my sister actually made a hint. Like my sister sensed it. Like, Shoo, Roturima, show me see it. I was like, nothing, sis, nothing. But then obviously the next day.
True, the next day.
Wasn't it the next day?
This guy wouldn't stop texting me. Period. Like.
And what else am I gonna do?
He wouldn't stop texting me. To the point,
pause,
and we need to speed up the story because we have a lot to cover.
I know, but pause. Women, when a guy wants you,
I loved it. I'm not
he
gonna
will
lie.
make sure that you know
You're
that
so
he
right.
wants you. None of this, I'm gonna text you and wait 3-4 hours. No. When a guy wants you, he will let it be known
he will
that
make
he wants
time.
you.
Like Ahmad has a full-time acting career. At the time, he was working full-time for Deloitte, constantly doing things. Like this guy has like plans for days. He
I was
cannot
working
sit
and
still.
shooting and traveling and all that and training.
Making so much time to text me, like so much time, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Making random excuses to FaceTime me like for 5 minutes. And so I remember feeling like, what the heck? Like, I'm not supposed to like this guy, but I like talking to him and I like when he calls me. Do I just like his attention? Like, do I actually like him? It was really weird. So finally, when I felt like, okay, he's definitely like calling me a lot. And this is my brother's best friend. Like, we're not about to play this right now. So
Right.
I literally texted him and I was like, do you like me? And then I don't remember what happened.
I had an acting training session.
You had a training session?
So I couldn't respond right away. But then I called you after.
I was at my friend Mariam Jalul's house in DC at the time. Because I went to DC after my brother's wedding. And I'm like, Mariam, I'm just going to text him and call him out. Like, I'm not about to do this. Like, I literally texted him saying, do you like me? And I put like that.
Yeah,
right?
I hate that.
No, but you didn't call me till the next day.
Maybe the next day because you were sleeping, because you were in Eastern,
You said something funny in response, but you dodged the question. That's what happened. I said, do you
Because it was
like
late,
me?
because
Do
it
you have
was
a
late.
I said, do you have a crush on me? And then I put like the emoji, and then
I purposely did not respond
and
to
then
that.
he purposely didn't respond. So in my mind, dealing with Arab
Because I had a
men,
training session with my boy.
dealing with Arab men who have less than clear intentions. I'm not saying I didn't ever think he had bad intentions. I just thought he was probably confused and you're just having fun flirting with me, but like you're my brother's best friend, so we're not about to do that.
Right.
So I wanted to call him out and put him on the spot. And when he didn't answer directly, I said, I'm going to sleep, good night, whatever. Like I just kind of like let it go. And in my mind, fully expected that the next day he's going to like stop talking, like stop texting me first because he got scared. Yeah, I wouldn't say ghost because at that point it wasn't like...
Just like ease off.
Ease off, because I think that's what differentiates a boy from a man.
Yeah.
A boy will ease off when his intentions have been shown to him,
Yeah.
whereas a man will confront it and be honest about it. And I understood that he couldn't be honest right away because I'm his best friend's little sister. Like, he wants to treat this delicately and take his time, but also let his interest show. So I wanted to give him the okay to say it. Like, just say if you like me. Let's just have that conversation.
Yeah.
So then you FaceTime me the next day.
And then I told her exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
Went down the list, even so she doesn't like when I bring up the list, but I told her, you and I could be a power couple.
I don't
You're
dislike the
you're
list.
exactly what I need in my life.
Yeah.
We need to be together.
It was really cute. It was like he's first listed all the things he likes about me.
It's a long list.
Yeah. I was honestly speechless, and you know I'm never speechless.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. And I just really felt like kind of nervous because I'm like, this isn't just any person. Like, I can't just, you know, talk to him and see how it goes. There's a lot riding on this because we have family involved. Like, my
But
brother.
then that's when I told you.
Yeah.
That's when you said you needed a day to think about it.
Yeah.
You thought about it.
Yeah.
A day later.
I
and,
did.
And you said it's a good idea.
Did I say that?
You said it's a good idea.
For us to get to know each other.
And then that's when I said, okay, but in order for us to do this, I'm gonna have to talk to your family.
Yeah.
I had to call your mom. I had to go down the list and just let it be known that this is what I'm doing. This is my intentions. I ain't trying to creep around nobody. Ain't trying to hide and play
Right.
hide and seek. Just straight up.
Yeah, I really respected that. I really like that. The only person you still haven't called is Cece,
Cece.
and I'm like, call my sister too. Like, I don't care. But anyway, he called my brothers. He called my mom. It was really cute. He met like some of my family, even though he'd already met them. Like, he met them with the new, you know, identity of someone interested in me. So we started talking. It was mostly long distance. He would come and visit with my family knowing, obviously, and like that's how we would kind of keep the relationship going. We talked every single day. We would fall asleep on FaceTime. Some mornings we would literally wake up and the phone would still be on FaceTime and we would still see each other sleeping. Like, it was really cute stuff like that.
Caking.
Yeah, caking big time.
Caking.
And then we broke up.
Oh, yeah.
We broke
That's
up
right.
in October. No, not in October. We broke up,
After
I want to say,
Thanksgiving.
in November.
After Thanksgiving.
Late November. And it was really, really, really hard to do that because I felt like...
Yeah, what'd you feel like?
So I constantly felt like...
By the way, this breakup lasted, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Month?
maybe like a month.
A month.
Yeah. So we broke up, and he had, right before we broke up, it was kind of, I could see how hard it was for both of us, but mostly for him because he was shocked. Because he came to Dubai with my family. Like, we all went on a Dubai trip. Ahmad accompanied my family, and I think it just created so much pressure for me because that was the first time he was around a lot of my family as, you know, the person that I'm talking to. And it created so much pressure for me because I felt at the time that we weren't on the same page with the relationship. I felt like he was ready. Like, if it were up to him, we would have been like married already. I needed more time because I actually didn't feel, even though ironically he was ready to like lock it down right there and then, I didn't feel that he was ready to be in a committed relationship. And I hope you understand what I mean by that. Like,
Please elaborate. So
because of the fact, yeah, no, he didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing that like happened, and that's what made it harder. Like, I don't want to say I wish. The old me at that time like kind of wished he did something wrong because I'm like, then it would be easier to just say, no, we're done. He hadn't done anything wrong. He treated me amazingly, calls me every day in the morning, at night. Obviously that's the bare minimum, but still, like, those are the things that really meant a lot to me, of just the quality time, whether we were together or not. I think what I'm about to say is like ironic because of how sure he was about me. It freaked me the hell out because I'm like, I don't actually think we've invested enough time getting to know each other for you to be this sure about me. And now I feel constantly scared and guilty and pressured because I don't know if I'm sure yet and I need time, but at the same time I feel like you're not trying to get to know me in those ways. So it was just this like constant nagging feeling that, so yeah, in summary, I just felt like, does he just want a wife or does he want me? I couldn't really tell the difference. And so I broke up with him over Zoom because I was in Dubai. And no, I'm not a F-boy for that. There was no other way for me to communicate. I was in Dubai for like 2 months. I wasn't gonna drag it on and just BS him. I don't know how to lie about my feelings, so it would have been obvious that I have different feelings or that I'm feeling stressed or pressured. So I was very honest with him. We both cried a lot. It's not like I broke up with you and I was just happy the next day. Like, I was crying like every day, constantly wondering if I made the right decision.
Yeah, it was definitely an emotional time because imagine flying 13, 14 hours across the world, you land, the next day she calls like, yeah, we can't do this. She said she went to space.
Sound like a Drake song.
So I gave her space. I remember during that period, I kept thinking to myself, should I move on? Do I need to fight for her? Like, well, what do I do? And I just remembered, like, this is the person that I am convinced and fully committed to. And, you know, selfishly, I know, like, you are the best thing that happened to me. And selfishly, I said, no, I need to pursue this. And I need to let her know how much I love you and how serious I am about you, about us.
Yeah.
So I gave her space, and about 5 days later, I hopped on another flight back to Dubai, and I surprised her.
Yes, you heard that correctly. I had no clue. And so I'll tell you from my perspective.
She doesn't like surprises.
I
Little did
hate
I know.
surprises. I don't like surprises. Had anyone told me that he was gonna do that and asked how I would have reacted, I totally would have told you that I would have like never talked to him again. And I have had situations in the past where I've asked for space or I've asked for time and people have not listened to that boundary, and it has ruined relationships for me because I take my boundaries seriously. In this specific situation, me and my family were at the movies watching something, and it was an outdoor movie theater, and my brother
Before you say that, so in order to get to Dubai, you have to do a COVID test when you land. And because I was there recently, my profile has her brother's phone number on it.
Because my brother had a Dubai number.
And remember, my flight to Dubai was only for 1 day. I was in Dubai for about 24 to 48 hours max. So as soon as I landed, I had to take a COVID test so I can leave. And when I took the COVID test, I remembered, oh shit, they're gonna text Mac, her brother. So then I texted I was like, hey bro, FYI, you're gonna get a COVID text from me that I'm here, my results. Please don't tell Reba. And what does he do?
So my brother turns to me, because both of us don't like surprises, and he's loyal. So he turns to me and he's like, why did ATM just text me and say that he got a COVID test? So we both just stare at each other, and honestly, like, we're just staring, and I'm like, there's no way. I just looked at his stories, and he's in like Minneapolis, and he created a decoy.
Yeah, what I do is, I have these videos and pictures of Minneapolis. So when I was on the flight, I was posting these pictures like, yeah, I'm in Minneapolis, I'm chilling.
He created a decoy. Anyway, I'm paranoid AF as it is. So I'm sitting in this outdoor theater, just constantly, every time I see movement, I'm thinking he's about to walk in. This guy's about to walk in during our movie. Like, he's gonna find us and walk in during our movie. We're so paranoid. Finally, I'm like, Rima, you're being so paranoid. If he is coming, then he'll probably come tomorrow or the next day. Like, I've at this point accepted the fact that this guy took a full COVID test to come to Dubai. So that means I should expect him in the next 2 days. When we went home, my brother, I sat with my brother in his hotel room, and I was like, we were basically planning, like, what should we do? Like, if he comes, what do I do? Like, I said we're broken up. I said we need space. Like, what do you want? My brother's like, whatever you want, we'll do. So what do you want to do?
I show up 2 hours later after they received that text.
Sitting with Mahmoud in his hotel room, we're strategizing. Then we get all these messages on our WhatsApp family chat. And my little sister, who's in my mom's hotel room a few stories down, is like, code red, Ahmad's in the building, code red. So apparently he had went to my mom's hotel room because he still knew our hotel rooms, thinking that it was gonna be me. They let him know that we're upstairs. CC texts trying to warn us. Literally the second Mac reads these messages out loud, we hear a ring on Mac's hotel room doorbell.
It's your boy.
So Mahmoud gets up and goes to the door, and we're both like this. And then Ahmad walks in, and Mac just points at where I'm at, because Mac was just traumatized by this whole situation. And Ahmad is so excited to see me, and I'm just shocked. I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I don't know what I am at this point. He comes, he sits down, Mac just leaves, because he's like, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, I'm not about to be here for this. And if I'm honest, I was excited. Even when we were at the movie theater, I was like, I shouldn't be excited because I told this guy I need space and he's totally not giving me space. But I had this this fluttering butterflies feeling of oh my God, this is gonna be so fun.
And for the record, I didn't just show up to show up. I remember on the plane, I read 3 relationship books. I had my talking points ready. I had my strategy ready. This relationship is a thing that you work on together. It's a thing that you build together. So I was ready to go in, and I framed it that way, that we're building this together. So I showed up knowing.
He did.
I was prepared.
Yeah.
I let you know what's up. I let you know what my goals, my plans are, my intentions are.
I think he totally did the right thing. I wouldn't have been able to tell him that before because I would have totally advised against
Everyone advised me not to go to Dubai.
Yeah. Except one person. Who was
one person.
Who?
It was Randy.
Shout out Randy.
Shout out to Randy.
So
Pause. It was Jason. Not Randy.
Oh,
Randy
you're
said,
right.
you gotta respect her wishes. You gotta respect the woman's wishes. You gotta. She
He's
said
right.
she wants
I mean,
space.
he's right.
She wants space.
He's right. And if Ahmad wasn't the right one, that would be totally real advice, because I would never have spoken to him again if he wasn't the person I was supposed to be with.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the fact that I was excited, even given the fact that he completely went against what I asked for, kind of let me know that this is not something I'm willing to let go of. And I think for me, the reason we broke up to begin with was just I felt so much pressure. But when he came back, he totally basically understood that like we shouldn't be rushing this. Like we should be building this and growing it and enjoying our time together and getting to know each other. And it was that pressure being taken off that made us kind of start back. So what ended up happening was he came for a day. I told him this doesn't mean anything. You don't get to just like book a flight to Dubai and we're back together. Like that's not how it goes. But we will enjoy this day together. We'll go to Dubai Mall. We'll go on walks. We'll talk. We'll go out to eat, which we did. And it wasn't until I flew back to Chicago on the way back home and he met me up in Chicago. And we basically kind of like got back together informally on that day. Because that happened to be the same day that we initially had started talking. So it was kind of like an anniversary type vibe. 2/20. So yeah, and then the rest is just history. Like it was crazy. And maybe on another video we'll talk about just what we learned through that process and what we're learning about relationships. But it wasn't linear. It wasn't something I could predict. What about you?
It was a very emotional time.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm glad I did what I did.
Crazy.
I'm glad I'm crazy. Jason was like, damn. I've never seen a chick get you acting up like this. You know, well, that's what Jason said. He said, damn. He said, go get her, man. Go.
Yeah. My family was shook. It took my family like a while to get over that. But we don't like surprises, okay?
Really?
We're all too paranoid for surprises. It was definitely a bold move. Yeah.
And now we're together.
Now we're together.
He's my rock.
And I'm obsessed with him now.
Yep.
I was just scared. And I think we should do an episode about that. Just that fear is real. Like you're making a big decision, you know?
Can we wrap up this one since we're losing light?
Yeah. But yeah, well, that was basically the backstory on what got us here.
Yep.
We're definitely interested in doing more videos like this. So
follow
drop
your
a
heart,
comment.
follow your dreams.
Drop a comment below if you have any questions just about anything you heard today. We would love to go in depth on that. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Habibes.
Where no topic is off the table.
Bye guys.
God, you have done me. How not to keep on running on empty. Need you to feel